the land. I don't know. I'm kind of using wrestling there. Like, is it the land of opportunity now? The AFC East.
So I don't know, because isn't it Buffalo's to lose?
Kind of, but there's still kind of there's flaws there. Like there's nothing certain. When you have a quarterback as unstable as Josh Allen, nothing is certain.
So that's the biggest issue. Is people are either all in on Allen, they're not all in on Allen.
There's people that are all in on Josh Allen.
There are some people.
All right, we can't count Buffalo.
I'm all in on this Allen. This Allen here, I'm a
that might be the best thing.
Yeah. Josh Allen, he's a dope fantasy quarterback because he runs.
I like Allen Robinson.
I kind of think it's Buffalo's to lose, man.
It is in a way, but I just don't think they're heavy favorites. They're favorites, but not heavy favorites, because there's still work to be done with that offense.
New England is actually the favorite to still win the division, but not by much, by $10. So New England's plus 120, the Bills are plus 130. But this is going to be the first time in 20 years he's not the quarterback, Tom Brady. We're going to get into additions and subtractions and whatnot, but the answer for subtraction is Brady. Did you have that?
How can it not be?
Yeah. So I picked someone different just to be contrarian.
We'll talk about others, but that's the huge thing here. Yeah.
So they're going to go with Stidham.
I don't know anything about. I generally have a good opinion on almost every player, like skill position player, quarterback in the league. I do not have opinion on him because I just never seen him. I think he came in for spot up duty against the Jets in like week 3 and he threw a pick 6.
Yeah. So the only reason why I might be optimistic about Stidham is they know him better than we do since they've had him.
Mm-hmm.
So if they didn't go out and get Jameis Winston or Cam or Andy Dalton and all the, Teddy Bridgewater was rumored at the time, kind of tells me that they like what they see with Stidham. Now, it's not going to be 12-4. It's not going to be 10-6. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think that run is.
They haven't really got any skill position players either. Like, who have they really brought in?
What's Edelman going to look like without Brady now?
Yeah.
Right. How much of his success was because of Brady?
Damn, he's gonna get a lot of targets, like little hitches. Like his 6-yard game by Julian Edelman's gonna be read a lot.
He might be the best quarterback on that team.
Oh, hey, come on, man! I'm a Mo Sanu guy. You know this. Mo Sanu was playing with a high ankle sprain last year. Mo Sanu is coming back with a vengeance.
What about that fleecing of the Falcons? Just making that move. Second round for that?
If they better hope Hayden Hurst pans out because they trade that second round for Hayden Hurst, who hasn't done much, but we'll see.
I think Hayden Hurst is fine. I think he was a product of a situation that didn't really let him flourish. Like, how many tight ends did Baltimore run last year?
You have Boyle and then obviously Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Andrews erupted and became like the go-to playmaking tight end.
Yeah, red zone monster.
I don't know, man. I kind of like. I don't like the fit of Diggs, but I like Diggs as a player. Mm-hmm. I do think he's very John Brownish, right? It's two guys who I think are. They're not Julio Jones, AJ Green, the size that you would want at wide receiver. I think they have a lot of guys similar to when Seattle won the Super Bowl in 2013. No wide receiver was over 5'10" on that roster.
Yeah, Tate, Harvin, who barely was injured most of the year.
And then like Baldwin.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of guys that were undersized, but they were the quick slant guys. Javon Curse.
Jermaine Curse.
Javon Curse. Defensive end, right?
The freak.
Yeah. But they're kind of that similar mold, except that these guys are a lot quicker. Cole Beasley also.
Your favorite Cowboy of all time.
Oh, dude, he was around longer than Dez was.
By the way, can we bring this up? Since what? I've known you since what, like 2012, 2013. We became boys, and one of your biggest takes, and it's right. I can't believe it's right that you're just saying how Cole Beasley is like the best or most valuable, however you want to phrase it, of the Cowboys and their receiving corps, and Ralph would just get agitated every time. And longevity wise, Cole Beasley, he was tearing up Houston in the playoffs. Josh Allen just being unstable as he is. But hey, Cole World still out here. 2020
still out here. He's balling.
14th round in your fantasy league. If it's PPR, you know you're doing it.
He's balling, man. I used to do that to troll. And then it got to a point where like he would have like pretty good games. I'd be like, yo, look at Cole World just out there running. But I do think there's a lot of question marks with Miami. There's a lot of question marks with the Jets. I think if you look, the least amount of question marks is Buffalo.
Yeah.
That's why I'm ultimately siding with them. Now,
Yeah.
we're not giving picks on who we like or who's going to be like our actual official picks that we'll do like later on in the summer. But man, I really think Buffalo has a chance of being a top 2 seed in the AFC.
Over Kansas City and Baltimore?
Baltimore is going to regress a little bit. Now, regress to maybe 12 wins.
I mean, because of schedule, but I really like what they've done this offseason.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on them.
Yeah.
But I do think Buffalo can make noise and be a contender for home field. Now, question, is the new rules this year? Is it 7 teams this year?
I don't think so.
That's next year?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be interesting where moving forward, only the 1 seed is going to be the actual
I
bye.
hate that.
And 2 through 7. Yeah, you don't like
I
that?
hate that. I think you're just giving 1 seed way too much of favoritism. And I think my other big issue, I hate rewarding the 7 seed because it's going to be some mediocre team most years. Like, you rarely see, okay, occasionally you might see a 10-win team not make the playoffs, but
More times than not, it's like a 9-7, 8-8 team.
like, would you really have wanted to, like, I love that Steelers defense, but no one wanted to watch Pittsburgh if they would have made the playoffs.
hell no. Not with that offense.
Or Rams looking kind of shaky. It just, there's been that's the thing that aggravates me most, the 7 seed. Once all right, you want to give home field a little bit, fine. I'm not crazy about it, but just rewarding another team, I think you're kind of devaluing it. But NFL always every offseason they do something.
It's kind of a money grab for them too. That's just an additional playoff game.
Exactly.
I don't like it either.
No.
I think it was,
I just think it's so much meaning, like making the playoffs, especially as a wild card. Like, you're one of those 2 teams.
and think about it. Every other league outside of baseball, half your league makes the playoffs. Right? Like in the NBA, there's 30 teams, 16, more than half your league makes the playoffs. I know it's 1 extra team.
Right.
Hockey, the same thing. Baseball, it's dope. I like what baseball did with the wild card. I think that was cool because it made August and September, when a team had a 19-game lead, like the Yankees would have a 19-game lead, it made it dope for the teams that were chasing that second wild card. Like, that was cool.
Right.
And I like the urgency. I think the one thing that baseball suffers with the most, that there's no urgency. There's 162 games. Obviously, now they got their own shit they got to deal with the ownership and if they're even going to have a baseball season. But in baseball, 10 teams make the playoffs. In the NFL, it was dope. 32 teams, only 12 make it. So I don't like it that much. I kind of, in the beginning, I was like, oh, dope, more football. But then you bring up a good point. Like, do you really want to see
And because there's some duds and some wild, like, there's been years where the wild card game 4:30 with Houston most years. Like, I know it got entertaining at the end, but there's a lot of some wild card games are just bad. Like that Buffalo Jacksonville a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, dude. What about Colts Texans was a snooze fest also.
Yeah.
Indy was up like 21-0 at one point, and it was Watson looked like he never played football before.
Right. It's just there's always some duds, and now you're bringing more, and I'm not a fan of it.